as we continue day 3 of the 2026 South Dakota State Class A Senior American Legion Baseball Tournament. This week we are not only celebrating America's national pastime, but it's also the 250th anniversary of our nation's independence. This is game number 11 of the tournament, featuring the only 2 remaining undefeated teams in the field. They are the visitors in the third base dugout, the Hardhats of Rapid City Post 22. And the home team tonight in the first base dugout, Sioux Falls Post 15 West. Let's meet the starters for each team, beginning with the visitors on the scoreboard, the Hardhats of Rapid City Post 22. Leading off, the designated hitter, number 10, Aiden Roberts. Batting second, shortstop, number 3, Jackson Reeder. Batting third, second baseman, number 18, Wyatt Reeder. The cleanup batter, center fielder, number 19, Lars Kiefer. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 25, Josh Elder. Hitting sixth, the third baseman, number 14, Hadley Burris. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 13, Brixton Steen. The eighth batter, left fielder, number 2, Kane McLeod. Batting ninth, the right fielder, number 9, Hudson Ogle. The starting pitcher, number 17, Declan McLeod. And the rest of the Rapid City Post 22 Hardhats with assistant coaches Bud Bartholow, Steve Wolf, and Nick Ewing, and the head coach of the Hardhats, Rich Downs. Now let's meet the batting order for the home team, Sioux Falls Post 15 West. Leading things off, the third baseman, number 14, Lawson Hensley. Batting second, shortstop, number 4, Brody Jacobson. Batting third, the left fielder, number 20, Boston Bryant. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 10, Jackson Dunn. Batting fifth, right fielder, number 0, Tucker DeHong. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 3, Bennett Duncan. Batting seventh, second baseman, number 1, Montnell Jensen. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 7, Beckett Whitlock. Batting ninth, the center fielder, number 15, Noah Grabo. The starting pitcher, number 24, Everett Solonen. And the rest of Sioux Falls Post 15 West with assistant coaches Dexter Payne and Brandon Byron. And the head coach of West is Zach Evers. Introducing our 4 umpires for tonight. Behind the plate, Chris Jackson. At first base, Don Johnson. At second base, Terry Lundeen. And at third base, Steve Freer. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise and remove your hats for the reading of the American Legion Code of Sportsmanship, which will be followed by the presentation of colors and then the singing of our national anthem. First to recite the code, the chairman of the South Dakota State American Legion Athletic Commission, Mr. Lyle Tolsma.
Congratulations, gentlemen. It's a great night to play baseball. Better than last night, but we want sportsmanship, help each other out, lift each other up, and most of all, let's have fun. Repeat after me. I will keep the rules, keep faith with my teammates, keep my temper, keep myself fit, keep a stout heart in defeat, keep my pride honor in victory, keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Good luck, gentlemen.
At this time, we will have the presentation of the colors by Rapid City American Legion Post 22 to be followed by the singing of our national anthem. And a reminder to please remain standing and honor the color guard after the anthem until the colors have been retired. And now to perform our national anthem, Megan McPherson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you.
So here we are, ready for our 2-0 game on day 3 to wrap up day 3. The winner advances to the state championship. The team that falls, they're still alive. They're the only team that can lose today and still have a chance to win the state championship, as it is Rapid City Post 22 and Sioux Falls West. It is post 22, the visitors on the scoreboard. It was a blind draw. They flipped a coin to see who was going to be home prior to today starting, and that's where it landed for Sioux Falls West. I guess the winner between Sioux Falls West and Post 320 was going to be the home team, and the winner of Post 22 and Brookings was going to be the road team. So it is Post 22, the visitors on the scoreboard, even though we're here at the Fitz. It is going to be Aiden Roberts, the DH, to lead off. Jackson Reeder, the shortstop, batting second. Wyatt Reeder, the second baseman, will bat third. Lars Kiefer, the center fielder, batting fourth. Josh Elder, the catcher, batting fifth. Hadley Burris, the third baseman, will bat sixth. Brixton Steen is batting seventh. He is the first baseman. Kane McLeod, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Hudson Ogle is batting ninth. He is the second baseman. Lawson Hensley, the third baseman, leading off for Sioux Falls West. Brody Jacobson, the shortstop, will bat second. Boston Bryant, the left fielder, is batting third. Jackson Dunn, the catcher, he's in the cleanup spot. Tucker DeHaan, the DH, make the right fielder, batting fifth. Bennett Duncan's the DH, he's batting sixth. Montanel Jensen, the second baseman, will bat seventh. Bennett Whitlock, the first baseman, batting eighth. And Noah Grabo, the center fielder, batting ninth here for Sioux Falls West. Everett Solomon is on the mound for this post-15 Sioux Falls West team. As you look at him there warming up, he is going to make, for Solomon, his second appearance overall in the season. He has thrown a 2/3 of an inning in his one start. He did not allow a hit. He did not have he had 2 runs, both earned, 5 walks and 1 strikeout. So Everett Solomon on the mound, and he will be making just his second appearance overall here in this 2026 season. And for Rapid City Post 22, they have played just 2 playoff games to this point, and they are on fire, Wyatt, to start this postseason. They are hitting, as a team, let's see, get to it here, 500 in 2 games. That is a tough lineup to go against. They've got 2 doubles, 4 triples, and a home run in just 2 games played so far. So they are going to be an exciting lineup to look at and watch as we are ready to go for our 2-0 game. As it is going to be Aiden Roberts to step to the plate to lead things off. So far for Roberts, he is 2 for 6 on the postseason here in the state tournament, as the first pitch will miss low for ball 1 at 7:18. 18 minutes behind schedule after we had the lightning delay for Brookings and Yankton to get us started 49 minutes behind schedule there. And that pitch will miss low, and the count is 2-0. By the way, Declan Mickley, we're going to talk about him coming up in that bottom of the first, but he is the starting pitcher for Post 22. So the Mickley, who's been feeling like he's been a part of Post 22 for the last 15 years, he's going to be the guy starting for the Hardhats. A 2-0 pitch. And that's upstairs, and it counts 3-0. I'm pretty sure last year when Post 8 played Post 22, Mickley started for the Hardhats during the Veterans Classic, and I had said that this is about the 7th start in 7 years that he has had against almost every single time he's thrown against Pierre. 3-0 pitch, that is going to miss for ball 4, and a 4-pitch walk to Aiden Roberts to open the game. And that will put Jackson Reeder to the plate. He is 3 for 7 so far with 2 triples and an RBI so far in this state tournament. And the left-handed shortstop, left-handed hitting shortstop is going to be stepping to the plate. 4 straight misses here for Everett Solomon. And try to find the strike zone here, and we'll see if Reeder's taking all the way or not. He will take all the way, and it's going to miss for ball 1. 5 straight misses to open the game here for Sioux Falls West. We saw Post 320 scored 2 runs in the top of the first inning against Sioux Falls West yesterday, and then everything went Sioux Falls West way the rest of the way. That one will find the strike zone. That counts 1-1. They won 7-2 over Post 320. They won 8-0 over Harrisburg in the first game of the tournament. Post 22 won in 5 innings over Brookings, 13-3. They won 10-2 over Watertown to get to this point. That one just misses upstairs, and it counts 2-1.
I know we mentioned this earlier, too, for day 1 of the state tournament, but teams that played against each other quite recently, and these 2 teams have. Just about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks, Sioux Falls East and West came here to play Post 22, where they swept both teams. So both teams kind of know a little bit about each other, and they're going to try to use some of their weaknesses to get themselves up here in this game.
And outside of maybe seeing different pitchers, you mentioned it too. We talked about it. It's easier to see an opponent again sooner and know what they're going to be about than play them at the beginning of the season, then watch them come to play against you at the end of the season. Here's a 3-1 pitch. And that one for Reeder is flown out to left field. Boston Bryant over. He'll make the catch for the first out. Retreating back to first will go Aiden Roberts, and there is one away as we look at the Sioux Falls West defense for you. It is Bryant out in left, Graybo in the center, DeHaan in right, Hensley at third, Jacobson at short, Jensen at second, Whitlock at first, Jackson Dunn behind the plates, and Everett Solonen on the mound as he will go against Wyatt Reeder. Wyatt Reeder, he is 5 for 6 so far. He's got a double and a home run. He'll ground that one up the middle. That will get through for a base hit. And it's first and second here with only one out. And it will bring up now Lars Kiefer. And so Wyatt Reeder now 6 for 7 here in this state tournament. And Lars Kiefer, who has been taken out in both games so far, he came up lame over at third in the first game. He left that game. He started game 2, but did you see him start to limp at all? I don't think we saw him limp, but
it was later in the game when Post 22 was up 10-2 at the time, 10-3 against Brookings when we saw Kiefer come out.
Yeah, try to maybe conserve a little bit of some energy for Lars Kiefer, who's dealing with a little bit of a leg injury as the pitch is upstairs for ball 1, but he stays in the starting lineup for a third straight game. First and second with one out here in the top of the first. Salonen, that one's down for a strike. And a 1-1 count here to Lars Kiefer. He's 2 for 4 with 2 singles, 2 runs driven in for Kiefer here in this state tournament. Number 4 man in the batting order, looking for a base hit to give Post 22 an early lead here in the top of the first. There's a fly ball towards right into foul territory. The catch will be made by the right fielder. The throw will come in towards third, and being able to cut it off and come up on it was Hensley as DeHaan makes the catch. Roberts tags up and heads to third, and it's now first and third with 2 away. And it brings up Josh Elder to the plate. Josh Elder was very good yesterday for Post 22 as he went 3 for 3 with 3 singles, 2 runs driven in for Elder. And Elder is 4 for 6 so far in the state tournament. Here's a fly ball towards deep right field, backing up and able to make the catch is the right fielder in DeHaan, and that will take care of the first inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We will head to the bottom of the first. It is no score between Post 22 and Sioux Falls West here at the state tournament on Hardhats TV. Here in the bottom of the first, it is a 0-0 tie. Post 22 with a hit in that first inning. Joe Wickler alongside Wyatt Simmons as Declan Mickley will start on the mound for Post 22. He has thrown 41 innings. This will be his 11th start of the season, 5-1 record, 33 hits allowed for Mickley, 32 runs, 28 earned, 38 walks, 48 strikeouts, an ERA at 4.78, a whip at 1.73, batting average against at 220. And so for Mickley, he's going to have to go against this Sioux Falls West lineup that's hit 332 during the regular season. And for the Sioux Falls West team, they have hit so far 404 in the first 2 games of the state tournament. So both of these offenses are potent right now, having scored 15 runs for Sioux Falls West, outscoring their opponent 15-2. Post 22 has scored 23 runs, outscoring their opponents 23-5 in 2 games. As Lawson Hensley digs in to lead things off here in the bottom of the first. Left-hander against the right-handed hitting Hensley. First pitch and a line shot base hit into right field. Lawson Hensley opens up with a base hit right away here in the bottom of the first inning, and it will bring up Brody Jacobson. Going to look at the Post 22 defensive side of things here in just a moment. As it is quickly Brody Jacobson, just 1 pitch in. He is 6 of 10 so far as Jacobson. He had a big day yesterday too. That pitch in heading to second. The throw not going to be in time. And so a pitch that was off the glove of Josh Elder low and inside turns into the runner moving to second, and already a man in scoring position here for Post 15 West. That was the 7th hit for Lawson Hensley of the playoffs. 7 RBIs as well for Brody Jacobson coming into this game through the playoffs. That includes the Huron series and the 2 games played here, as there's a swing and a miss that counts 1-1. Sun starting to set here at the Fitz. And a beautiful night for state tournament baseball. Here's the 1-1. Left-handed Mickley, that will bounce in. Good block there from Elder. And the count goes to now 2-1.
Go, Brody, good job.
Jacobson will dig back in. The 2-1. That will bounce in again. Another good block there by Elder. And so now it's a 3-1 count. He had 370 during the season with 2 doubles, 3 triples. He does have one of the 6 home runs hit by Sioux Falls West this year. 30 runs driven in. He's obviously added that to that in the last couple of games. Good hitters count. Mickley will step off. Here's the 3-1. Fouled back. Jacobson put a good rip on it, but the count's now full at 3-2.
You got 4.
No trends today so far.
No, we've seen a lot of trends the last 2 days. We saw the shutouts day 1 and then comebacks for day 2.
And the team that scored first has won both games, but it's not truly a trend because that's more of the status quo. When you score first, more likely than not you're going to win games.
Then it's Post 22, the team here that's always messing up the patterns too. First day, no shutout.
And then the second day they scored first and end up winning.
Yep.
So there's no trend for Post 22 to try and go against. 3-2 pitch, ground ball, that's off the glove of Mickley. It's able to slow it down for Jackson Reeder at short. He will make the play, and the runner will move over to third for the first out. As we look at the Post 22 defense, after that play made by Jackson Reeder at short. Kane McLeod is in left, Lars Kiefer in center, Hudson Ogle in right, Burris is at third. Jackson Reeder at short, White Reeder at second, Steen at first, Elder behind the plates, and Mickley on the mound. Runner on at third and 1 away. Here in the bottom of the first inning, Boston Bryant, the left fielder, will step to the plate. He's 5 of 14, has a double, 2 runs driven in. So far in the postseason for Boston Bryant. He had those 2 RBIs yesterday in the 2 RBI single. There's the first pitch. Fouled away for strike 1. It's Jackson Dunn and Tucker DeHaan. It's a big run over at third base. Post 22 failed to cash in that run at third with 2 outs in the top of the first. Now a runner on third with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. And that pitch will miss, and the count's 1-1. Mickley working from the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. That one's fouled away. Brian slams that one off a tree outside the fence, and the count's 1-2.
Better than a car windshield.
That is true, and nice to see that it hit the tree and go straight down, which usually is my golf ball swing, hitting a tree and going straight. Well, sometimes I can't find it after it hits the tree. Here's the 1-2. That one is the other way, out to deep left field, backing up the left fielder to make the catch in McLeod. And Hensley will come in to score on the sacrifice fly, and Sioux Falls West will take a 1-0 lead with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. A sac fly RBI, 3rd RBI of the state tournament here for Boston Bryant. And there is a 1-0 score. Sioux Falls West will score first. And Jackson Dunn now to the plate. Nobody on and 2 away. The base hit by Hensley. Got to second on a pitch inside that went off the glove of Elder for a wild pitch. And then the ground ball that moved the runner over to third. The 6-3 ground out. 1-6-3 ground out. And now that one's out towards left center field. Diving and making the catch out in center is going to be Lars Kiefer. Wasn't sure if he got it or not the way that he had reacted to it, but he'll make the catch and put an end to the inning. That's a long way to go for Lars Kiefer. That's a great jump by him too. And that takes an end to the first inning. 1 run will score though on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. We head to the second, a 1-0 lead for Sioux Falls West over post 22.
Welcome back here to day 3 of the state tournament here at the Fitz here in Rapid City, South Dakota. As leadoff hitter here in the inning for post 22, this will be the 3rd baseman, Hadley Burris, making his way up. The 6, 7, 8 hitters, Burris, Steen, and McLeod. As Everett Solonen will get set and ready up there on the mound. As for Hadley Burris, one of the hotter hitters here for post 22. He's 4 for 5 here in the state tournament. That's an 800 batting average. Also coming in for 4 runs here, as he will see the first pitch here from the right-hander in Solonen, and this one comes inside with a little turn away there from Burris, and he'll start off here 1-0. Right-handed batter. Solon leans on in, gets the call here from Jackson Dunn. The catcher has caught all games here in the state tournament for Sioux Falls. As this pitch comes in down low, but they catch a swing there from Hadley Burris, and he'll take that for strike one. Even his count here to ones apiece. Salonen digs in that right foot there on the mound, trying to find his stance. As he stands tall, the 1-1 pitch comes. Burris a swing, pops this one up and out of play. As that foul ball will put the count here 1-2. Quick second here outside the box. Burris taps on home plate with the bat. 1-2 pitch on its way. This one comes up high, and they'll be taken there for ball two. One hit here for each of these teams. As Wyatt Reeder notched one for the Hardhats, and Lawson Hensley got that one on the first at-bat for Sioux Falls West here in this game. Burris the 2-2 pitch in for strike three. We'll catch him looking, and that will find us here for the first outs of the top of the second inning. And now making his way up to the plate here is the first baseman, Brixton Steen. Salonen will find for his first strikeout here of the game. As for Brixie here in this postseason, 0 for 3, still trying to find for his first base hit. As Salonen offers the first pitch, this one will be taken outside, and Steen will start off here 1-0. First left-handed batter here, Everett Salonen will face off against in this game, or in this inning. As Steen moves the bat around, now holds it here near the shoulder. The next pitch comes. This one right in front of the shins inside, as he'll take that for ball two. As Steen did find himself for an RBI walkout his first at-bat in last night's game against Brookings. Also popping up and grounding out, going 0 for 2. Salonen, the next pitch coming. This is swung on by Steen. That's in for a base hit. Still rolling in the right center gap. This one all the way to the wall. Brixton Steen rounding. He's going into second. He's not stopping. He's going to third. The throw on its way, not in time, and it's a triple for Brixton Steen. He finds his first base hit here in the state tournament. And the Hardhats tying run just 90 feet away. And this will pull in Kane McLeod up here to bat.
Triple alley out in right center field, and a fantastic triple from Brixton Steen. That's a good way to bust out of the 0 for on the state tournament.
As the 5th triple hit already here in the state tournament for post 22. Wow. I looked over at John. I said I could not believe post 22 was at a 500 batting average.
I gotta say that he missed first. He did not.
So a quick confirmation, trying to get that throw over there to first, and they call that one safe. So Steen gets that triple. As Kane McLeod will wait to see his first pitch here. Just the third batter here in this inning. As first pitch comes, a swing and a miss for McLeod, and he'll start off 0-1. As for Kane, 4 for 6 here in the state tournament. All of those hits with singles. Also having for 5 RBIs here for the Hardhats left fielder. As the 0-1 pitch comes in, this one with no swing, he sees that one go for strike 2. 2 pitches, 2 strikes here with 1 away in the top of the second. Sioux Falls West still holding on to their 1-0 lead. As it will be Hudson Ogle on deck as we see Chris Jackson, the home plate umpire, as he's walking up. As something out in center field.
Talking to the center fielder and Grabo about something. I don't know if if his sunglasses were having a reflection right at home plate. Interesting. Huh. I've never seen that one before.
As Salonen stands straight, 0-2 count here. The pitch. McLeod a swing, ground ball, a chopper caught there by the first baseman. He will tag on the base, and coming in to slide and score is Brixton Steen to tie this game at 1 apiece. And 2 outs are now on the scoreboard. As Kane McLeod will find himself for another RBI, making that for his 6th here in the state tournament. As this will pull in Hudson Ogle up to the plate, the number 9 hitter for post 22.
That's a good swing, a 2-strike swing, and able to just put it in play, high chopper, and make that play difficult to try and get the runner out at home.
As first offering here to Ogle, that one will miss, and we start off here 1-0.
By the way, that center field camera, we'll get back to it here as the sun sets. A little bit too sun in the camera right now.
As the 1-0 pitch comes, Ogle a swing, pops this one up. That one hooking left and going out of play here for a foul ball. So that will even the count here to 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs, no runners on. Solon will get a new baseball here with that one going out of play. Ogle, a left-handed batter, waiting. As Solon fires away on the 1-1. As this will go in for strike 2. Ogle thought twice there about swinging. He held off about halfway on the check swing. 1-2 count here at 2 away. Gives an out over towards Dunn, the catcher. The pitch. This one inside. A little step back there from Ogle as that will be taken for ball 2. As Aiden Roberts, the DH here on deck. As the Hardhats looking to continue batting here in the top of the 2nd inning. Salonen gives away the 2-2 pitch. This one goes high and outside and ball 3. And we see our first full count here in the inning. As Ogle steps back in. As Salonen fighting off some bugs there on the mound. We've had a few bugs flying in our press box here.
There's a big bugs that have flown in here.
As a 3-2, Ogle awaiting. Salonen gives away the pitch. This one comes inside and tosses the bat aside for ball 4. As we see another base runner get on the bags here for post 22. Now we go back to the top of the order here to Aiden Roberts. Roberts, who walked for the first at-bat of the game. As for Hudson Ogle, the 2nd time that he has been walked here in this state tournament. As Roberts waiting to see his first pitch here on his 2nd at-bat. As this one will come in, he'll look at that one, go all the way through that one, up and outside, but in the strike zone here for a called strike 1. Roberts takes a quick look over to Rich Downs, the manager here for post 22. Gives out the call sign here. Ogle takes his lead off on first. Solomon kicks the leg, the 0-1 pitch coming. Roberts, a swinging line drive caught by Jensen. And that'll be for the 3rd outs here at the top of the 2nd inning. As we saw Brixton Steen find a triple, and it came with the RBI ground out from Kane McLeod to tie this game at 1-1. As we'll take a quick step away here from Hardhats TV, and we'll be back for the start of the bottom of the 2nd inning. We welcome you back here as we get ready to go to start the bottom of the 2nd inning. As leading off here for Sioux Falls West will be the right fielder, Tucker DeHaan. Be the 5, 6, 7 hitters, followed by Duncan and Jensen. As Mickley will get set up here on the mound. Now a tied 1-1 game. As now Rapid City down to only 1 baseball team here left in the state tournament after 320 was eliminated earlier today. First offering here to DeHaan. This one comes in down low. That'll be taken for ball 1. Left-handed batter awaits. Mickley fires away here on the 1-0 pitch. This one just goes outside, and that'll be counted here for ball 2. Mincha has started the top of the 2nd inning. Lawson Hensley, the only hit here so far for Sioux Falls in this game. This is a swing, and that one gets past Reeder and rolling into center field. So we see another leadoff hit here for Sioux Falls West. And Tucker DeHaan, this will pull in the designated hitter, number 3, Bennett Duncan, up to the plate. Go ahead.
Like you mentioned, 2nd straight inning with a leadoff hit. That is how you want to try and do your damage against post 22, is get guys on early on, because it's hard to get guys on late in an inning.
As Mickley will throw this one over here to first on the pickoff attempt. As runner comes back and safe. We saw Bennett Duncan, the starting pitcher, against 320 yesterday for the Sioux Falls 7-2 win. As he threw for 5 innings, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 of them earned. 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. Another throw there over to first. This one gets away from Steen all the way back to the netting as DeHaan will stand up and he takes off over to second. So the throwing error there from Declan Mickley as that will take the leadoff batter there and DeHaan over on second. Duncan still has not even seen a pitch here yet.
And he was picked off. The throw was good from Mickley. Probably was going to get DeHaan out. He was not ready for that throw to come back his way, but it was wide to get him to second.
As the first pitch here comes to Duncan, this one will go outside, and we start off here 1-0. Runner in scoring position there on second. First error there of the game for Post 22 following that throwing error from Declan Mickley. As Duncan waits. The 1-0 pitch. This one comes up high, and they'll be taken for ball 2. As Matnell Jensen, the second baseman, on deck here for Sioux Falls. DeHaan has his leadoff there on second. Mickley takes a good look at him over on second. 2-0 pitch comes on in. This one low and inside. They'll be taken for ball 3. After that first inning, it was just the first 4 hitters that went through. It was the RBI sac fly for Boston Bryant that allowed Hensley to score to find the first run of the game. Mickley's 3-0 pitch. This one will come in for a strike up top of the strike zone. 3-1 count here. As for the Sioux Falls West DH, Mickley stands tall here on the mound. The 3-1 up high for ball 4. And that'll put runners here on first and second here in the bottom of the second inning. And the first walk allowed on the day here from Declan Mickley. As this will pull in the Sioux Falls West second baseman, Matnell Jensen, up to the plate after he made that line-out catch to finish out the top of the second. As Mickley, who is set up and ready, he'll wait for Jensen to step in the box. Infielders with Steen and Burris playing in tight. As this one will come down low in the turf, that will bounce. Elder able to keep it out in front of him. And the base runners will hold off on first and second. We start off here 1-0. Hardhats still trying to find their first out here at the bottom of the second inning. After the first 2 base runners get on following a leadoff single and a walk. Jensen who awaits. Mickley the 1-0. This one down the middle, that will find the strike zone. Evens count here to 1-1. As for Jensen here in the postseason, 4 for 11. That's a .364 batting average. 1 RBI, 1 run, and has walked twice here for Sioux Falls West. As the next offering, this one finds in. That will be for strike 2. 1-2 count here. As we will see the first baseman, Beckett Whitlock, on deck. As Josh Yellow, the catcher here for Post 22, he'll give out the pitch call right back to Mickley on the mound. The 1-2 crosses the plate, swung on. This is a ground ball. Burris tags third. He will throw across to first in a double play. We see the first 2 outs here of the bottom of the second inning off the 5-3 double play. And that will just keep 1 runner left there on second. First double play here of the game. And Beckett Whitlock will come up to the plate here for Sioux Falls West.
It was a smart play by Burris, but as soon as he hit it, I thought, hey, how about a triple play potentially? But Burris made the smart decision by tagging third and throwing to first, not trying to start a triple play.
As first pitch swung on. This is a base hit out to left field. They're going to hold a runner there on third. As Burris gets that catch from McLeod in the outfield and will look around. So runners on the corners here. As Sioux Falls will find for their third base hit off of the bat there from Beckett Whitlock. As he finds for his 6th base hit here of the postseason.
Brody Lee is getting his steps in. He went to the bullpen, came all the way back to the dugout, and now he's jogging back out to the bullpen again. So he's got his steps in this second inning.
As we're now down here to the number 9 hitter for Sioux Falls West, this is the center fielder Noah Grabo. As Mickley will offer the first pitch. This one comes low and inside, and that'll be taken for ball 1. For Graybo, 2 for 3 here in the state tournament, as he has 2 runs scored as well. As Mickley will offer the 1-0 pitch. This one goes down the middle, even his count here to 1-1.
And those 2 RBIs, or at least one of those 2 RBIs, came in that game yesterday in that 7-2 win over Post 320.
Mickley looks over to the runner on first. The pitch. This one comes in down low as Graybo lifts one leg, avoiding getting hit, and he'll take that for ball 2. We saw quite a few hit by pitches in the previous game. Noah Lease threw 4 as the Brookings pitcher. As Mickley offers this next one, swung on, popped up in the air into left field. McLeod, who hovers under it, and he will be able to make the catch for the 3rd out here at the bottom of the 2nd inning. Runners left on 1st and 3rd. We're still tied here 1-1 after 2. As we'll take a short break here on Hardhats TV, and we'll be back for the start of the 3rd inning.
It is the top of the 3rd and a 1-1 time on Hardhats TV between Post 22 and Sioux Falls West. If you're wondering when we're going to get back to the center field camera, well, you're not watching the center field camera right now. There's no way you're watching that one. We'll get to it once that sun goes down behind the front side of the fence. We will be able to bring it back to you for the rest of the evening. But it is going to be Jackson Reeder to lead off here in the top of the 3rd. Wyatt Reeder and Lars Kiefer. Yes, it is top of the 3rd, even though we're at the fence. Sioux Falls West is the home team as the first pitch is over for strike 1. It was a blind draw for all the home teams the rest of the state tournament. And Sioux Falls' West spots, which could have been Post 320 had they won that game. They were going to be the home team. Here's a ground ball to the second baseman, Montanel Jensen. He will field, and Jackson Reeder is retired for the 1st out here in the top of the 3rd inning, and it brings up now Wyatt Reeder to the plate. He's singled. He's 6 for 7 here in the state tournament. He's got a home run. He was halfway to the cycle yesterday when he hit the home run and double. He actually had a home run, single, and triple, so he was 3/4 of the way to the cycle. He was just a double away from that. As the first pitch swings and misses for strike 1. Oh, 1 count here to Reeder. 1 out, nobody on. The 0-1 pitch. That one is grounded up the middle. Montanel Jensen's got to be quick. The throw is in time to get Reeder for the 2nd out. Not many times can you get Jackson and Wyatt Reeder out back to back, but there are 2 down here in the top of the 3rd, and it brings up Lars Kiefer, the center fielder.
We were talking about trends earlier, and just noticing now, today we've seen a home run in each game. So maybe we could see one here, but knowing Post 22 the last 2 games, they've kind of been the spoiler of the trend. So.
Well, we don't want that trend. And here's a ground ball to the 3rd baseman, Hensley. He will throw to first. It's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Everett Solinan. Still tied 1-1 as we go bottom 3 between Sioux Falls West and Post 22 here in the 2-0 game at the state tournament at the Fitz on Hardhats TV. It is the bottom of the third and a 1-1 tie between Sioux Falls West and Rapid City Post 22. And it is an opportunity for West with the top of the order to try and retake that lead. They led 1-0 after one at Post 22 with the run in the second. Then that 5-pitch inning in the top of the third for Everett Sound. He's thrown 38 through 3. This will be pitch number 32 to start the inning for Declan Mickley. By the way, we got 4 umpires for this game. We'll go back to 3 tomorrow, and then we'll go back to 4 again on Saturday. As the first pitch here to Lawson Hensley will be taken for strike one. He swung and got a base hit on the first pitch that he saw in the bottom of the first. Chris Jackson calling balls and strikes. Don Johnson over at first. Terry Lundeen at second and Steve Creer at third. This one will bounce in. The count's now 1-1. That sun is setting at the Fitz. Just about ready to go back to that center field camera for pitches. Here's the 1-1. This will be flown out towards right field. Backing up a couple of steps is Ogle. And they'll carry it on him a little bit more, but he'll reach back to make the catch. And Hensley retired here to lead off the bottom of the third inning. And it brings up Brody Jacobson to the plate. This is a very important matchup. Every game's important in the state tournament, but the winner guarantees their spot in the state championship on Saturday. Again, if the 3-0 team, whoever wins this game, if they would lose tomorrow, they move themselves into the winner-take-all game. They don't have any room for error on Saturday, but they move themselves into the winner-take-all game Saturday, and we'd have 2 guaranteed games. Also, the team that wins tonight can beat that other team. That one will hit the first base coach as he tried to get out of the way, and the count's 0-2. Brody Jacobson, and they will make sure that he is okay.
Friendly fire.
Yeah, it's don't like that too much. They've implemented the rule for several years ago of having to wear the peanut helmets so you can have protection coaching first and third after a tragic accident that then trickled down from the major leagues all the way down to American Legion rules, as it counts now 1-2, and a very good idea. Here's the 1-2 pitch coming from Declan Mickley to Brody Jacobson. Fastball that's flown out towards right center field. That one is backing up. It's out to the wall. It's going to be off the wall. Jacobson nearly hit an oppo bomb, but it's going to turn into a triple anyway. And Brody Jacobson, he's standing at third, 90 feet away from Sioux Falls West, retaking the lead. That one didn't seem like it was going to go that deep, but all of a sudden it just kept carrying and carrying and carrying it.
Well, I wondered if it was almost going to be gone. I saw Ogle slowing down, and I thought maybe this is out of here, but he was just playing it off of the wall, trying to play it safe and time it right.
Because the way Lars Kiefer then slowed up to it, I think it got, I mean, everybody's kind of buzzing here in the stadium now because of how close it was to getting out. That was a long fly ball that just missed going out, as Boston Bryant will foul this one back for strike one.
And especially with the height of the walls back there, you got to really get under that ball too if you want to get it out of there.
And so Bryant, who had a sac fly in his first trip up, he's got a chance to make this a 2-1 game if he can put one in the outfield again. The 0-1 from the lefty Mickley. That one's fouled back. Lefty matchup. The count's 0-2 here to Bryant. Declan Mickley looking for his first strikeout right now. They're going to try and strand that runner over at third with one out. On deck, Jackson Dunn, the catcher. The 0-2. Just missing, maybe a little bit outside as well. That counts now 1-2.
Hey, good hole, Brody!
Time called by Bryant. 1-2 count. The runner on at third and one out here at the bottom of the third. This is a big run over at third base for Sioux Falls West. Here's the 1-2. That one's a chopper that will be foul. That was chasing. It almost sounded like it hit the ground and the bat at the same time. But Bryant committed on the swing, and he was able to foul it away. Jackson Reeder is playing midway up the infield turf. Wyatt Reeder playing back at second. That pitch will miss, and the count's now 2-2. Kind of playing that potential. Wyatt Reeder will give up that run at second, but Jackson Reeder in a ground ball to him. He's got a chance to keep that runner over at third. The 2-2 to Bryant. He'll foul it away. Again, might have chased another ball, but he got to foul away close pitches, and it is a 2-2 count. Mickley looking for his first strikeout. Boston Bryant looking for his second RBI. The 2-2. That's upstairs, and it's now 3-2. Jackson Dunn, again, the catcher. He's waiting on deck. Mickley during the regular season, he allowed just a total of 38 walks. That one's grounded over to the second baseman, Wyatt Reeder, who will field. They will give up the run for the out. It's another RBI for Boston Bryant, and Sioux Falls West now up 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. So the RBI makes it 2-1 lead, 2 away, and it brings up Jackson Dunn, the catcher. Bryant, who has not got on base, has been productive, though, with the 2 outs that he's still 0 for 1. Sacrifice doesn't go against the at-bat, but that ground out, again, has driven in both runs. It's 4 RBIs in the last 2 games for Bryant. Jackson Dunn will take strike 1. He is 0 for 1, flew out to center on the diving catch by Lars Kiefer that ended that bottom of the first. Here's the 0-1. Check swing. They will check to see if he went. He did, says the first base umpire, Don Johnson, and the count's now 0-2. With that 4-man umpiring crew, everybody has their own base that they can just stay at. So Steve Creer probably ends up with the least amount of work to do. He's over at third. I mean, there would be plays at third, but for the most part, you're watching first and second more so than a play at third. That one's fouled out of play. The count remains at 0-2. There are enough lefties in the lineup, so check swings he could be appealed to. The 0-2. There's a ground ball over to the third baseman, fielded by the third baseman, Burris. He'll throw to first, and that will retire the side. Here in the bottom of the third inning, a run does score on one hit in the inning. No errors and no one left on. We head to the fourth, a 2-1 lead for Sioux Falls West over Post 22 here at the state tournaments on Hardhats TV.
Welcome back here to Hardhats TV. We get ready to go here to start the 4th inning. As for both teams, it's going to be their number 5 hitters to lead off. The 5, 6, 7 hitters. Josh Elder will be the first batter here for post 22. Makes his way up to play. Will be followed by Hadley Burris and Brixton Steen. As we'll still see Everett Salonen here on the mound for Sioux Falls West. As he has only allowed 2 hits and 1 run. Also throwing for 1 strikeout, having 2 walks here thus far in this game. As first pitch comes to Josh Elder, this one bouncing in the turf before it reaches home plate. He'll take that for ball 1. Elder, who is 0 for 1 in this game on a flyout into right field. As the Hardhats catcher back in the left-handed box here to see his second pitch here of the inning. As the 1-0. This one comes inside of Elder. He'll take that for ball 2. Salonen waits for him to check back up. Glove on front of the chest, the 2-0. This one now turns into 3-0 with that pitch going in downstairs. As for Josh Elder, who led the post-22 Hardhats in the regular season with walks. As he holds the bat here, up here high, the 3-0. This one will come in. That will be counted for strike 1 here. Following that 3-0 take from Josh Elder. 3-1 here. Salonen, the right-handed pitcher, will take a step here off of the mound. 42 walks for Josh Elder, just to 26 strikeouts in the regular season for the Hardhats catcher. Hadley Burris, who ranked himself 2nd in walks, as he trailed with 6 behind of Josh Elder, as he will take that one for ball 4. And that puts the leadoff runner here in the inning for post 22 on first, as the 3rd walk given out of the day here for Everett Salonen.
He had 5 pitches in that last inning. He threw 5 pitches to Josh Elder and walked him, so he's already going to throw more in just 2 batters than what he had in that 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd. As Koskin is going to run for Elder over at first.
We did see Reagan Koskin pitch a little bit yesterday in relief for post 22. As Hadley Burris will make his way up here to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He struck out looking on his last at-bat. Salonen will offer the first pitch on a bunt show here from Burris. That one goes in down low, and we start off here 1-0. Another look over to Rich Downs, the manager here for post 22. He gives out the call sign. Burris, the 3rd baseman, the right-handed batter, steps back in. Koskin will take his leadoff there on first. Salonen gets one last look. As the pitch on its way, Burris places the bunt. This one will just go foul right to the first baseman. And this will even the count here 1-1. Burris was trying to place that one, rolling down the first baseline. Just got a little bit too much power on that one to hook it a little bit more off to the right for the foul. Just count even 1-1 here. Nobody out. Runner on first following the leadoff walk to Josh Elder. Quick turnaround from Salonen and the throw over there to first as Koskin comes back in sliding safe. Burris's count still remains here 1-1. As the pitch comes, Burris another bunt. So this one's popped up and goes for foul. So back-to-back pitches that go to Hadley Burris that he tries to place the bunt. He will go for foul balls. So the count here is 1-2. As this will be Brixton Steen, the first baseman here on deck for the Hardhats. As Salonen leans on in, down towards his catcher, he gets the call. The 1-2 to the plate. This one comes up high. Burris will take that one for ball 2. So the first and second batters here of the 4th inning are ranked number 1 and 2 for post 22 in walks in the regular season. Salonen double takes to the runner on first and Koskin. The 2-2 pitch coming. This one in strike 3. The second time Hadley Burris has struck out in this game, both times looking. And that'll bring us here for the first outs of the 4th inning. As this will pull in Brixton Steen up to the plate. He is 1 for 1. Hit a triple. As you've seen, a player on each team hit a triple here in this game. Brody Jacobson just did in the last inning for Sioux Falls West. As Salonen Stand straight here on the mound, turn around, throw over there to first. Koskin saw that one in time, and he comes back sliding in safe with the tag applied there from the first baseman in Sioux Falls West from Beckett Whitlock. Steen waits to see his first pitch here, just for his second at-bat of the game. Salonen kicks and deals. Runner takes off to second. No throw is there, and Koskin will find for a stolen base as Steen will take that pitch for a strike. So our first stolen bag here of the game. Steen awaits here on the 0-1 count. 1 out following the strikeout to Burris. The pitch. Steen holds on the swing. That one evens the count here to 1 apiece. Kane McLeod, the Hardhats left fielder, on deck. Last time he was up, he drove in that tying run to make it 1-1 at the time. As we saw there back in the last inning, Sioux Falls West, as they get 1 run to give them the 2-1 lead that they have here now. As Salonen looking back over to Koskin, the runner on second. As the 1-1 pitch comes to Steen, this one comes up high of the box, and that'll be taken there for ball 2. As Brixton Steen steps back in. Salonen looks towards his catcher in Jackson Dunn, as he has caught a lot of people stealing here in the state tournament, as that's probably one of the first stolen bases we have seen gone by him. Koskin did take off a little early right as that pitch went off, with no throw even attempted. So there was a quick time call there from Steen, but he's back in the box. Salonen gives a nod away to his catcher, the 2-1 pitch on the way. This one will find the breaking ball that goes in the strike zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out here with a runner on second for post 22. Salonen takes a second here off of the bump as he will come back on. Two-two count. Steen moves the bat around as he waits for Salonen to stand straight. The pitch inside. This one is swung on a dribble that goes to the first baseman. Whitlock picks up, and he will tag to first. As that brings us here for the second out of the 4th inning. That will advance Reagan Koskin, the base runner, over towards third. As this will now pull in the left fielder, Kane McLeod, up to the plate, after he has an RBI groundout that was also hit towards Beckett Whitlock, the first baseman. As Koskin will take his steps away from third. Salonen gets up here on the mound, and McLeod awaits. As the first pitch coming, this one a breaking ball that finds the top of the strike zone. McLeod takes that one here for strike 1. For Salonen here in this game, 2 strikeouts. As the 0-1 pitch comes, McLeod will swing and miss, and he goes 0-2 on 2 pitches. With a tying run just standing 90 feet away. Reagan Koskin on third base. Courtesy runner for Josh Elder following him with the leadoff walk. As McLeod will hold a bat here on the shoulder on an 0-2 count. As Salonen fires away the pitch. This one in, strike 3, catches him looking. So 2 strikeouts in the inning here for Everett Salonen. As 1 runner left off there on third, Sioux Falls West still holds on late 2-1. As we'll take a short break here on Hardhats TV, and we'll be back for the start of the bottom of the 4th inning. Welcome back. Bottom of the 4th, ready to start here. 5, 6, 7 hitters for Sioux Falls West. Tucker DeHaan, as he was the leadoff hitter back in the second inning as well. So it'll be DeHaan followed by Bennett Duncan and Matnell Jensen. 3 batters due up here for Sioux Falls West. As Declan Mickley, as he will throw the first pitch here. Getting a piece of it there is DeHaan. Fights that one off into the netting. So a foul ball will start off here in the bottom of the 4th and an 0-1 count. DeHaan, who is 1 for 1 off a single. He has one of the 4 hits here that Sioux Falls West has in this game. 2 runs off of 4 hits. Next offering comes, gets another piece of that one, just dribbles through his legs and goes to the backstop. 0-2 count here for DeHaan. Duncan waiting on deck. Mickley, the southpaw, stands straight there. As he holds the glove right there by the ear. Shook off a few pitches. The next offering comes. This one just down low in the turf. As Elder just got a piece of it. That one just dribbles away to the side, and now that'll be the first ball here on this at-bat for Tucker DeHaan, the right fielder for Sioux Falls West. Wind starting to pick up again here at the Fitz. The 1-2 pitch coming, this one up high. DeHaan didn't do that full swing there. So the count evens itself out here to 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Mickley will offer the pitch. As this one comes inside for ball 3. As some fans not agreeing with that call. So leadoff hitter here in Tucker DeHaan, 3-2 count. As Mickley fires away from the mound, the pitch. This one in, strike 3, catches him looking. As DeHaan can't believe it, and Declan Mickley will find for his first strikeout here of the game. And that will also bring us here for the first outs of the bottom of the 4th inning. After DeHaan fought back from an 0-2 count on the first 2 pitches, then got himself all the way back to full count. And that one inside, he thought that should have been called for ball, but that will be called here for a strike. As first pitch comes to Bennett Duncan, he will swing and miss, and he will start off here 0-1. As Mickley winds and deals the 0-1 pitch. This one does not hit the box. That one will be taken for ball 1. Right-handed batter here for Duncan waiting. As Mickley delivers the pitch. This one downstairs. That one just grazing along the turf. That'll be taken for ball 2. Two-one count here with 1 away, following the strikeout looking from DeHaan as the next offering with no swing there from Duncan. As that will be in for strike 2. Evens the count itself to 2-2. As for Mickley, who finished this regular season with 48 strikeouts as well. Next pitch coming, gets a piece of it. He'll stay alive off that foul ball here on the 2-2 count. A new one is issued out here to Mickley on the mound. Chris Jackson, the home plate umpire, goes and picks that foul ball up from the side. Duncan steps back in here on a 2-2 count. Matnell Jensen on deck. The pitch swung on, popped up. This one hooking to the right side. Steen trying to chase. That one is out of play. So back-to-back foul balls will be the case here for Bennett Duncan. After he walked on his first at-bat of the game. Mickley only giving out 1 walk here so far. As the lineup, the 2-2 pitch coming, a swing, popped up. That one again here out of play. 3 in a row for Duncan. As he's taking every pitch here, trying to get Sioux Falls West back here on the bases here in the bottom of the 4th. After they scored the 1 run to give him the 2-1 lead back in the last inning. Mickley's next offering popped up, and you guessed it, foul ball out of play. 4 in a row here for Duncan. I'll keep that tracker going here in my head. Steps back up. Mickley kicks and deals. The pitch swung on. This one stays in play, and that's going to be for a base hit. That one dribbles in the glove to Ogle. And just the second batter here in the inning for Sioux Falls West, and Bennett Duncan. Second time he's been on base here. He finds his first base hit of the game. And this will pull in Matnell Jensen, the second baseman, up to the plate. On his last at-bat, he hit into that 5-3 double play, where that one went right to Adley Burris, tagged on his own base, and then threw across the pond over towards first to Steen. First pitch coming here for Jensen. This one up high of the offering for ball 1. So Duncan really had to work on that at-bat, and he finds himself there on first. Makeley looks straight ahead, the 1-0 pitch coming. This one up high again here for now 2 balls here to Jensen. Number 7 hitter here in the lineup for Sioux Falls West after we started this inning to the number 5 hitter. As Beckett Whitlock will be after here on deck. Makeley, the 2-0, now turns to 2-1 with that pitch going down the middle. Jensen will watch that one follow all the way through. Standing straight here is the lefty. The pitch. Jensen swings and misses here for strike 2. Right-handed batter here, the second baseman for Sioux Falls West. Back in the box here for the righty. Makeley's 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And that will find for the second out here of the inning. And Makeley will also find for his second strikeout of the inning as well.
And second strikeout of the game. Didn't have anything coming until this 4th inning from Makeley.
As this will pull in the first baseman, Beckett Whitlock, here up to the plate. Whitlock 1 for 1 off a single. So they still have that base runner on first in Bennett Duncan. This pitch is going to get away. Duncan will take off over to second as off that wild pitch. So a 1-0 start up here for Whitlock, as he will step back in here as the left-handed hitter. Makeley extends here from the mound. Takes another look back here to the runner on second. The 1-0 pitch, this one up high as Elder able to get his glove up there. He takes a little spill on the way back as he also puts his hands down, saying to Declan Makeley, let's calm down here a little bit. As the count now goes here to 2 balls and no strikes. Whitlock waits. The pitch. This one comes in. That one finds an edge, and that'll be in for a strike. Count goes 2-1. 1 out away here from post 22 to finish the 4th, as they are trying to keep Sioux Falls West here to 2-1. Next pitch comes in, finds the strike zone, and now it's 2-2 here. Makeley strikes out 2 batters for the 2 outs here of the inning. One last look back to the runner on second. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Declan Makeley will strike out the side with a runner left there on second. As Sioux Falls West still with the lead here in this game 2-1. As we'll take a short break here on Hardhats TV, and we'll see you for the start of the 5th inning.
It is the top of the 5th and a 2-1 lead for Sioux Falls West over post 22. So 56 pitches for Everett Salonen. They have 74 pitches for Declan Makeley. Hudson Ogle will lead things off here in the top of the 5th. He walked in his first trip to the plate. As we get to the second part of this game. This first pitch is over for strike 1. Here to Hudson Ogle. Just 2 hits so far for the Hardhats. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one is upstairs. It is a base hit by Wyatt Reeder and a triple by Brixton Steen. The only 2 hits so far for post 22, and the Hardhats down by 1. 1 run, 2 hits, and an error. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Sioux Falls West. The number 9 man, he'll get ahead of the count now, 2-1. Sioux Falls West has had at least a base runner every inning and have had a hit every inning so far. Here's the 2-1. That one will miss low, and it's now 3-1. So 3-1 count here to Hudson Ogle. Aiden Roberts, Jackson Reeder, top of the order, due up next here for post 22, and this could be a big inning for the Hardhats if they're able to get that leadoff man on. 3-1 pitch, taken for a strike, and it's now a full count here to Hudson Ogle. Everett Salonen, he is looking for his 4th strikeout. 2 last inning for Salonen. That one will miss for ball 4, and Hudson Ogle has drawn another walk. That's the 4th walk issued by Salonen, a 2 to Hudson Ogle. And it brings up Aiden Roberts, who is 0 for 1 with the walk. He and Elder have drawn a walk, and Ogle's 2. This is the top of the order for post 22. The Hardhats are looking for damage now to try and tie this game up, potentially take the lead for the first time in this game. The number 2 seed Sioux Falls West leading by 1. First pitch over for strike 1.
Hudson Ogle, who finished the regular season with 21 walks for post 22 and also had an on-base percentage of .462, so he's no stranger to walking as he stays patient in the batter's box and adds for his 2nd here of the game.
And being able to get on base basically every other time you come to the plate. I mean, that's right now been the MO for post 22 in this state tournament for sure. They've had a little bit more of an issue trying to do that here in this game, but they've been very good at the plate, both patient and being able to get some hits. And 500 batting average coming into this game in the state tournament. Counts 0-2 though to Aiden Roberts. Salonen delivers. There's a ground ball. That's off the glove of the shortstop Jacobson into center field. And nearly a double play, tailor-made double play, turns into the first error of the ball game for Sioux Falls West. And that could be danger now here for post 15 with bringing Jackson Reeder and Wyatt Reeder.
And if you're post 22 here, you just got to attack after they get a big walk there to Ogle. So they have 2 runners on first and second with nobody out. So try to get this game tied back up here for post 22.
And the scoring rules, you can't assume a double play is going to be turned. However, the way that ball was hit up the middle for Jacobson, that is as clean of a potential double play as you can get. So instead of potentially being 2 outs and nobody on, it's first and second and nobody out for Jackson Reeder. Reeder drops down the bunt to the third base line, but it will roll foul. And so the count goes to 0-1. He is 0 for 2, flew out to left and ground out to the second baseman. Jacobson, you can still see that he is upset with himself at short. He knows that was a play for him to make.
Each team having an error apiece here in this game as well.
That error didn't come back to hurt post 22 in that 2nd inning. Reeder will pull back the bunt. He'll take it for a ball, and the count's 1-1. First baseman in Whitlock is charging in. The third baseman in Hensley has to stay put with runners at first and second. Here's now the 1-1. Reeder again bunts it foul, and the count's now 1-2. So a 1-2 count, and again, Salonen looking for his 4th strikeout. This is a big pitch because Reeder's no longer going to be bunting. You don't expect him to be bunting with 2 strikes. Salonen peers in for the sign. Time will be called by Jackson Reeder after Salonen Shook off a couple pitches. One and done to go through the signs again. Saladin will get the sign and he'll come set. 1-2. That is outside, and the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here in the top of the 5th. 2-1 lead for West over Post 22. Here at the Fitz, and the Hardhats trying to tie things up. Swing and a miss, and Reeder was fooled on this fastball and swings and misses. He was ready for a breaking ball and couldn't catch up to the fastball from Saladin. And there's the 4 strikeouts for Everett Saladin, and it's now 1 out, and it brings up Wyatt Reeder. It's a dangerous hitter at the plate right now here for Post 22. Boy, oh boy, this is one of the biggest bats in this ball game. Reeder is 1 for 2, base it up the middle and grounded out to the second baseman. First pitch will miss high for ball 1, or miss low for ball 1. On at second is Hudson Ogle on the walk. Aiden Roberts at first after the air. A strikeout of Jackson Reeder. Now we get a time called and a conversation for Jackson Dunn and Everett Saladin. I think it's harder for Saladin to see the fingers down for Dunn on what pitch he wants to throw. So I think they might be talking about a different system here. And so 1-0 count. Wyatt Reeder will dig back in. Everett Saladin, he'll dig in, he'll get the sign, the 1-0 pitch. Reeder with the ground ball up the middle. Jensen bobbles, he can't feel it. They'll hold the runner at third. Probably will be a base hit. It's going to be a tough play anywhere that Jensen could have gone with it. Wait for the official scoring. They are going to give an error to Sioux Falls West. Montanel Jensen, and now as the base is loaded here and 1 out. So now Lars Kiefer, and we'll have a mound visit.
And going back to that strikeout from Jackson Reeder, last time he struck out was July 11th. So that's it's been a few weeks since Jackson Reeder has struck out, as he only did 10 times on the regular season.
That count your blessings a little bit when you get Jackson Reeder strike out, especially in that situation. It wasn't just a strikeout to start the inning or anything like. I mean, first and second with nobody out and getting a strikeout was a huge start to the try and get out of this without any damage. But now with the bases loaded and 1 out, they put the error up on the scoreboard, but they have a single on the game changer for Wyatt Reeder to make the bases loaded. And 1 out for Lars Kiefer. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out to right and a ground out to third. This is a big at-bat. The first pitch to Kiefer, he'll ground that one foul. That one got into the stands. It somehow skipped underneath the netting. And the count's 0-1. That one scared some of the Watertown players. They're looking around the netting saying, how did that get through here? Thankfully, it stayed at their feet and didn't pop back up. 0-1 pitch will miss low, and the count's 1-1.
Sometimes even sitting up here in the press box, I forget there's a netting there, and every time that ball comes, I always flinch every now and then.
Lars Kiefer looking for his 3rd RBI of the state tournament. 1-1 pitch. Line shot. That is into left field for a base hit. Ball game is tied. Over to third will go Roberts, and Lars Kiefer cashes in, and it's a 2-2 game. The RBI keeps the bases loaded. And it's now Josh Elder to the plate.
Third RBI of the state tournament here for Lars Kiefer, as he also finds for his 5th hit as well.
And now Elder, who was big for post 22 last night, going 3 for 3. He's 0 for 1 right now. The fly out to right and a walk. He'll dig in, trying to give post 22 the lead now. Everett Solonen will come set from the stretch. The first pitch will miss for ball 1. Jackson Dunn didn't agree with that call right away. A 1-0 count. Bases loaded and 1 away. That pitch will miss, and the count's now 2-0. There's some activity in the left field bullpen. Looking to be some activity in the left field bullpen.
I believe it's Ryan Negebauer for post 22.
Can't see if there's any activity out in the right field bullpen. Haven't been able to see all week if there is, where we're sitting out here in the press box. But you'd think maybe if there's a pitcher that would come in from the dugout, there would be some activity out there right now. 2-0 pitch. That is outside, and a 3-0 count here to Josh Elder. Nowhere to put him. Everett Solonen has got to find the strike zone here. Thinking that Elder's taken all the way. The 3-0. Taken for strike 1. Elder almost about tossed his bat towards the third base dugout. Couple oohs and ahs, I think, from everybody, for both 22 fans and Sioux Falls West fans. Still good hitters count here for Elder. The 3-1 pitch. That one's fouled out of play. And so now it's full at 3-2. Solonen looking for his 5th strikeout. He's going to have it. Either get a ground ball somewhere in the infield. Middle is playing back to try and turn a double play. The corners are in to go home with it. The 3-2. Ball 4, and post 22 will take the lead on a 1-out walk to Josh Elder.
First time in this game, 22 has had the lead.
Yeah, we've finally see that 22 gets the lead. They've been, it's kind of been brewing in this inning for a while, but they finally get that lead. And it comes here at the top of the 5th. And now Hadley Burris has Koskin running for Elder. And so Burris to the plate now. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, both looking. Solonen now with 5 walks in the inning. One of those 3 runs have been unearned here in this inning for Everett Solonen. Solonen will come set from the stretch. First pitch is fouled out of play for strike 1 by Burris. He is the 7th man to come to the plate in this inning. A walk, an error, back-to-back singles, and a walk have given post 22 the lead, but the base is still loaded and is inside, and the count is 1-1. Boy, in this inning, again, you don't want to harp on Brody Jacobson by any means, because you know that he's kicking himself, and you can see that he was visibly frustrated, but boy, that's so close. And now a balk is called on Jacobson, and it will score another run, and post 22 takes a 4-2 lead. And so it's still second and third, with 1 out, so 1-1 count. Post 22 has scored 3 runs and still threatening with another 2 guys on base. Saladin will come set. There's a swing, and they will offer. No, they said he doesn't swing.
That was close.
Boy, that is very, very close.
Some Sioux Falls people not very happy with that call.
From up here, it looked like it was a full swing from Burris. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's now missing low, and it counts 3-1. And Saladin is showing a little bit more frustration on the mound right now. He's in danger of walking the bases loaded again. 2 walks in the inning so far. Saladin will come set. Here's a 3-1 pitch to Hadley Burris. That is taken for a strike, and Burris thought that was ball for it. That one looks really good from over here. And Burris maybe trying just to talk Chris Jackson into calling that ball for. Well, the count's now full at 3-2. The payoff pitch. Line shot into right center field. That is down for a base hit. 1 run will score, though, around the second runner. It's a 2-run single for Hadley Burris. And a 5-2 lead. Make that a 6-2 lead for Rapid City Post 22.
It's got to also feel good for Hadley Burris. First 2 at-bats, he strikes out looking. Third at-bat, he drives in 2 runs, gets a big 6-2 lead here for Post 22, and now we're going to see probably a pitchy change here for Sioux Falls West.
So it's a 6-2 lead for Post 22 here in the top of the 5th. We will step aside and tell you the change after this here on Hardhats TV. So Noah McFarland is now on the mound in place of Everett Saladin. He can't close the book on him yet. He's still responsible for the guy over at first. But for McFarland, as he comes in, 28 innings so far. This is his 12th appearance, 9th appearance in relief. 4-2 record with the blown save. He might be the first and only Sioux Falls West game changer. Might be the only time that I've ever seen somebody put it that he had a blown save. Almost everybody's 100% on save percentage, so they're at least honest about it in Sioux Falls West. 24 hits allowed for McFarland, 21 runs, 11 of them earned, 17 walks, and 31 strikeouts. An ERA at 2.75 and a WHIP at 1.46. Batting average against at 210. So he's a very good pitcher. He does have a blown save, yes. And that's probably, I mean, he might be the only one in the state by game changer, but not by in actuality. As it is Brixton Steen, the first man to greet him. And the first pitch is over for strike one. Steen is 1 for 2. He tripled in the second. And he grounded out to first in the fourth. 87 pitches thrown for Everett Solonen. He had 31 that inning. And he only got one out in the inning. The runner takes off for second late. That one will go off the helmet.
That's not good.
No,
He's hurt.
Goes off of the shortstop and Jacobson.
Yeah, done the way he kind of threw it. Kind of had the base runner there and Hadley Burris. And it looks like couldn't tell what player. I think it's the
shortstop,
Brody
and
Jacobson. Yeah, that throw just kind of went right in between them, and Jacobson, I think, just kind of caught his arm right there while Burris was running, sliding in. But that's something you don't want to see, especially here at all. Anybody getting hurt. So hopefully Jacobson's okay here.
And then on top of it for Burris, he had lost his helmet. He kind of, I mean, they're checking on him to make sure he's okay on top of it all. The trainer is out to look at the arm of Jacobson. And things have kind of gone from bad to worse here for Sioux Falls West right now. And so as Bennett Duncan he's got his glove in his hand right now. He might be coming into the game. You'd hate to lose your number 2 hitter. And then also put Noah McFarland in the batting order, which he'd be due up third because of that. And if Bennett Duncan comes into the game from the DH spot, because McFarland overall, he has only taken 3 plate appearances all season. So if you make a change, you're probably wanting to keep Bennett Duncan in the dugout as the DH. Not a good sign here for Brody Jacobson. It was somewhat of a late steal, too, from Burris that drew the throw, because I had even looked down and was pushing buttons, and then the throw was going to second. Felt like Burris had taken off late. Looks like Jacobson's going to try and stay in the ball game. Or is he not? I think they might have to take him out. So Jacobson is coming out of the game. And we'll see then who replaces him. They maybe already, I would say, okay, now we've got Jack Hilly going in the ball game. He would take the spot in the order of Brody Jacobson. Then doesn't really matter where everybody goes. I mean, it will tell you what matters, that where they go defensively, but it doesn't matter for the lineup sake, as they will put looking like Lawson Hensley over at short, and they moved. Let's see here. I can't see the number quite yet. Maybe moving Bryant over to third, or maybe DeHaan has gone over to third. Hilly will go to left. It is going to be Boston Bryant over at third. So all of these changes here. Hensley is going to go to short. Bryant will move to third. Hilly is into the game in place of Jacobson. He'll hit the number 2 order. And there's a line shot to right. That'll be caught. Runner will tag and head to third. The throw coming to third. It'll be offline from DeHaan, but it is the second out. Brixton Steen lines out. And there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the top of the 5th inning. And Hilly is into the game. He'll be batting third next inning. Lawson Hensley over at short. Now they will check if he left early. He did not. Now came McLeod to the plates with 2 outs and a runner on at third. It's a big, another run for post 22, 90 feet away. They've scored 5 times in the inning to lead by 4. Here's the first pitch. That one's over for strike 1.
50-50 ticket opportunity, one final time. Your half of the pot is well over $400 right now, so you have one final chance. Our sellers are making one last.
Here's the 0-1 coming from Noah McFarland. This will be a fly ball to left field. Jack Hilly, he will wait on it. He'll make the catch. Almost looked like he couldn't see it, but that wind kept pushing him back towards the middle of left field. And Kane McLeod will fly out. All 9 guys come to the plate as they get 5 hits in the inning, 5 runs in the inning on 3 hits. They get 1 error and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th, a 6-2 lead for Post 22 over Sioux Falls West here at the Fitz on Hardhats TV. So it is the bottom of the 5th, and Ryan Negebauer is on to pitch here for Post 22. And for Negebauer, he has thrown 19 2/3 innings. This will be his 8th relief appearance and 10th appearance overall. 3-0 record with 2 saves. 9 hits allowed, 3 runs, 17 walks, 17 strikeouts. The ERA at 1.07, a whip at 1.32. Batting average against that right around 150 for Negebauer, and that is a good mark for the right-hander. That's pretty good numbers in relief appearances, as Declan Mickley goes 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts on 75 pitches. It'll be Noah Graybo, Lawson Hensley, and then Jack Hilly, as he is hitting in the number 3 spot for Brody Jacobson, who left with an arm injury. You hope that he can come back and pitch, not pitch, but he may be pitch, but hope he can play tomorrow. First pitch is over for strike 1 on a pulled back bunt attempt from Graybo.
And for Ryan Negebauer here on the season, too, he played 1 game at the start of the year and then sustained an injury, and he was out for a little bit of time, found, strengthened that injury back up, and he has been lights out here for Post 22 ever since coming back. Too. And he's a guy here for the Hardhats that he throws a lot of hard stuff to the plate. So
it'll be tough for these Sioux Falls West hitters, as the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and late on the fastball was Graybo, and Negebauer gets a strikeout to open up his outing in relief, and it will bring up Lawson Hensley to the plate. 1 for 2. He led off the bottom of the 1st with a base hit, and he flew out to right. This was a 2-1 Sioux Falls West lead to start this top of the 5th, or start this 5th inning, and now it is a 6-2 lead here for Post 22. A 1-0 count. The 1-0. That one is finding the strike zone. 1-1 here to Lawson Hensley. Post 22 will have 9-1-2, just like they did in the 5th inning when they start the 6th. That one will get away, and the count's 2-1. And a lot of velocity for Ryan Negebauer, and if he's got movement on top of that velocity, it makes it just that much harder for the Sioux Falls West hitters to try and get on base, as that one will miss, and the count is now at 3-1. 3-1 pitch. Hensley with a fly ball towards right field. That is right to Hudson Ogle to make the catch. And there's 2 down. And it will bring up Hilly to the plate as he gets his first at-bat in this game. And for Jack Hilly, he's 2 for 9. 3 RBIs so far in the playoffs for the now left fielder for Sioux Falls West coming into this game in the 5th inning. Swings to the first pitch and flies it out to Hudson Ogle, who will back up, move to his right. He'll make the catch in a 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Negebauer in the bottom of the 5th. We head to the 6th. It is now 6-2 in favor of Post 22 over Sioux Falls West as we head to the 6th inning on Hardhats TV.
Ready to go here to start the 6th inning. As leadoff batter here for Post 22, we go to the 9-1-2 hitters and the right fielder Hudson Ogle. 2 at-bats for him here in this game with 2 walks and a run scored. As we will still see Noah McFarland here on the mound after he came into relief for Everett Salonen back in the 5th. Where the Hardhats were able to score 5 runs to give them a 6-2 lead. Ogle made that catch out. Back-to-back catches in that last inning as he turns away here on the first pitch. As that one comes up high and inside, he'll take that for ball 1. Ogle made the 2 catches in right field to put out for the bottom of the 5th inning. As he'll now step in the box here on a 1-0 count. It'll be Aiden Roberts and Jackson Reeder, the next batters up here. McFarland out of the windup. The pitch, this one comes high and outside, and that'll be taken for ball 2. As for Sioux Falls West, they went right-hander to right-hander from Salonen to McFarland. For Post 22, they went lefty to righty from Mickley to Ryan Negebauer. Third pitch, this one goes high and outside for ball 3 here to Ogle. He wouldn't mind walking for a 3rd time in this game. Comes back in here as the left-handed batter. Ball behind the back here for McFarland on the mound. The 3-0 on its way. This one will find itself in the strike zone, puts the first strike there on a 3-1 count. Roberts, who waits on deck, he is still trying to find for his first base hit here in this game. As the 3-1 here comes to Ogle. The pitch swung. This one ground ball over to first. Able to get it there is the first baseman and Beckett Whitlock, and he will just run up to first base and put his foot on it to bring us the first out here of the top of the 6th inning. So Ogle, the first time that he has not been on base here in this game. And now this will pull in the Hardhats designated hitter, Aiden Roberts, up to the plate. Roberts with a walk, a line out, and a reach on air. So 2 out of the 3 at-bats he has had, he has found himself on one of the 3 bags here in this game. McFarland kicks the leg up high. The first pitch comes up high as well. And that'll be taken here for ball 1. Roberts, the super senior here for Post 22, spent a little time with Garden City here this early in the season. As the 1-0, this pitch misses the zone for ball 2. Just the second batter here in the 6th inning. We'll see Jackson Reeder, the shortstop, here on deck for Post 22. McFarland winds up. The 2-0 pitch coming. A swing from Roberts. Ground ball towards short. Picked up there from Hensley. He throws across, and Whitlock is able to make the catch. That brings us here for the second out at the top of the 6th inning. and Jackson Reeder as he will step up to the plate here for the Hardhats. Jackson also trying to fight for his first base hit here of the game. He has a fly out, ground out, and strikeout. As I mentioned earlier, last time he struck out July 11th, and only a total of 10 times in the regular season for the youngest Reeder here on the Post 22 squad. First pitch, this one will come inside. That'll be counted here for a strike as he will start off 0-1. McFarland leaning on in towards the catcher here in Jackson Dunn, as he will call for him up here to the mound, and they will have a one-on-one talk here. Reeder will still remain on an 0-1 count. After 2 groundouts here for the 2 outs, Ogle hit towards Whitlock on first, and Roberts over to short towards Lawson Hensley. As we will see McFarland and Dunn separate away from the mound. As Reeder steps back in as the left-handed hitter. McFarland will stand tall here on the mound. Fires away the 0-1 pitch. Reeder will swing and miss, and he'll take that for strike 2. Hardhats down to the last out and strike here in the top of the 6th inning. Wyatt Reeder standing on deck. McFarland gives a nod here to Dunn. The 0-2 on its way. This one will come up high. Reeder takes that one for ball 1. Back steps there out of the box, and we'll reset. 1-2 count. Ball in the glove there on the mound for McFarland. The pitch coming. This is a swing, and that one will just get fouled off. And sorry for the camera going a little haywire there. We just lost connection there for a quick second as Reeder fouls off. Count still remains here 1-2.
Yes, the camera says we've been here late at night for too many nights in a row. It's ready to go to sleep.
If you only know the struggle with the umbrella for the camera in outfield, I tell you.
The umbrella has been the dilemma all week for us.
As the 1-2 comes to Reeder, he takes a swing. That one will just go for a foul ball on the left field side. That one just crossed third base over the head of Boston Bryant. That one just hooking left to be called for a foul ball. So Reeder will do it again here on a 1-2 count. New ball given here on the mound for Noah McFarland. The right-hander dishes away the 1-2 pitch. This one will come up high. Ball 2 taken for Reeder. And it's a 2-2 count as well. Deep breath here for Jackson Reeder outside the box, and he will step back in. McFarland looking at the choices that Jackson Dunn has to offer here that he wants to see in his catching glove. The 2-2 coming, this one high and outside, and ball 3 here for Jackson Reeder after he was down early on an 0-2 count. Now finds his way here full with 2 away in the top of the 6th. Back in the wide stance there for the Hardhats shortstop. McFarland. The 3-2 pitch. Reeder a swing up in the air into right field. This will land and a base hit for the first of the game for Jackson Reeder. He's not stopping at first, and he will slide into second safe as Post 22 will find their first base runner on here in the 6th inning. And this will pull up the older brother of Jackson, Wyatt Reeder, up to the plate.
It was bobbled out in right field by Tucker DeHaan, and hard out of the box to get to first base, and then on his way out towards second. He never had to slow up to get all the way over there to get to second. And they will intentionally walk Wyatt Reeder to make it to first and second.
And that's probably a smart choice too here for Sioux Falls West. You don't want to play with fire, especially with Wyatt Reeder. So that's gonna put runners here on first and second. Reeder squared on first and second too. As we will see a mound visit here for Sioux Falls West, as this will be the next batter here in the center fielder, Lars Kiefer. So he will talk to Coach Rich Downs off to the side there on the third base line for Post 22, while the infielders and pitcher and coaches here for Sioux Falls West meet on the mound.
Lars Kiefer has been that guy that, really probably has been overlooked by every team, not necessarily Post 22, but every team. They say, we'd rather go after this guy than go after Wyatt Reeder. And Lars Kiefer, he's made a lot of teams pay, and he's got an opportunity to do it again. I know he probably takes a little bit of offense to it, but knowing how good Wyatt Reeder is, maybe he doesn't take as much offense to it, but he can certainly cash in on all these chances that they give him with runners on base.
I think that kind of give you some feel to really want to put some damage into that ball and try to get some base hits and some runs in a score. First pitch comes to Kiefer. He'll take that one for strike one. Lars on his last at-bat hit an RBI single. He's 1 for 3 here on the day with a ground out and fly out as well. McFarland out of the windup. The pitch, this one comes in down low and outside for ball one. The Reeders on first and second with 2 away here in the top of the 6th. 6-2 lead in favor of Post 22 over Sioux Falls West. As the 1-1, this one takes a bounce off of home plate. That'll be for ball 2. As done with a little walk-up. Also looking down, Jackson Reeder on second as he'll return back to the bag. As Kiefer will step back in here, facing a 2-ball, 1-strike count. As McFarland, the right-hander, here on the mound. As he dishes the 2-1 away. A swing and a miss for strike 2 here from Kiefer. As that pitch was in down low, Kiefer chased after it. 2-2 with 2 away. Kiefer sways the bat low. McFarland, one last look to Reeder on second. The pitch. Kiefer the swing. Ground ball hit towards third. Bryant picks up. He'll throw to second. Jensen able to make the catch there on second. And they will call that for out number 3 here at the top of the 6th. So runners are left there on first and second. No runs coming to score for Post 22. It's 6-2 after the top of the 6th. We'll take a short break here on Hardhats TV, and we'll be back for the bottom of the 6th inning. Welcome back here to Hardhats TV. Wyatt Simmons alongside John Winkler. As we're ready to twinkle out here, day 3 of the 2026 state tournament here in Rapid City. As Boston Bryant will be the leadoff hitter here for Sioux Falls West after he got moved from left field to third. As for him here today, 2 RBIs. That first one with the RBI sac fly, and on the second at bat with the RBI ground out. As for Sioux Falls West here in this game, 2 runs off of 5 hits. Post 22, 6 runs off of 6 hits. Both teams having an error. As Negebauer off of the first pitch, this one will come in downstairs.
We talked about there's been a home run in every single game, and if Boston Bryant wants to continue to get an RBI, this might be the time for the home run.
There we go. As this next pitch, low and outside for ball 2. Negebauer just the first at bat he faced in the last inning, as he struck out the batter. As the 2-0 comes, Bryant got a lot under that one, but he pops that one up and out of play. As the count will go here 2-1. Sioux Falls West, who had a 2-1 lead here, entering into the 5th inning, where Post 22 was able to score 5 runs to give him the 6-2 lead. Bryant, the next pitch he sees, gets a piece of it, and that one goes out for a foul ball. As the Sioux Falls bus, I believe.
I think it's the Watertown bus.
Watertown bus. Don't want to hit the bus, though, anyway.
No buses need to have any windows shattered.
As the 2-2, or any vehicle. Next offering, this one will go outside. Ball 3 taken, and the count is full. As it will be Jackson Dunn on deck, and then followed by the right fielder, Tucker DeHaan. The 3 batters due up here in the inning for Sioux Falls West. Negebauer out of the windup. This pitch high and outside, and that'll be taken for ball 4 here as Bryant will trot to first. As Negebauer will allow his first walk here of the game. First time here in this game, Boston Bryant has been on base. As this will pull up the catcher, Jackson Dunn up to the plate, 0 for 2 on a fly out and ground out here this evening. Negebauer settles in on the mound, plants the right foot, takes a look back behind him. As Dunn will see the first pitch, this one comes up high and inside. He'll take that for ball 1. As this one will roll away from Negebauer a little bit. As Jackson Reeder, who also was coming in to close on that ball, as they're just going to hold the base runner there off of first. As we saw that happen in the first game with Post 22, Josh Eller throwing a ball back to the mound. That one got away from the pitcher and Braden Staper, and Watertown's runner was allowed to come in from third and score. I think that's the only time we have seen it here so far in this state tournament. As the next pitch here from Negebauer, this will find the zone and evens the count here to 1-1. And as a base runner, you always have to be paying attention to things like that too. As Negebauer kicks a leg, the 1-1 pitch coming. This one just travels a little bit outside of the box, and that'll be taken for ball 2. Quick look over outside the box here for Dunn, as he will step back in as the right-handed hitter. He's been phenomenal behind the dish here in the state tournament for Sioux Falls West. As he'll take a swing, a chopper hit towards Reeder at shortstop, throws this one to his older brother Wyatt at second for 1 out, but the throw to first won't get there in time. So we will see a fielder's choice there for Jackson Dunn, and it brings us the first outs here at the bottom of the 6th inning. As this will pull in the right fielder, Tucker DeHaan, up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 in this game. A single and a strikeout looking. As we will see Chris Jackson make his way over here as Coach Downs will come out of the dugout, as he has something to say. So the umpires, they will meet up here around the third base line. Terry,
I think the biggest thing is the slide at second. If it was late or illegal slide, that would turn into a double play. But the good news about having 4 umpires for this game is that it's for Terry Lundeen at second. He's watching only that. He doesn't care what happens at first. He is watching only at second base. So he saw it all the way and said it was a clean slide for the first out and the only out.
So getting that all cleared up, as Tucker DeHaan will wait to see his first pitch here for his third at-bat of the game here for Sioux Falls West. As Jackson Dunn with that fielder's choice with the base runner there on first. As Negebauer out of the windup, the pitch comes. This one will go outside, and that'll be taken for ball 1. Bennett Duncan, the DH, will be on deck. Negebauer looks towards the mound. The 1-0 pitch comes. That one high and outside again here for ball 2. Taps on home plate here is DeHaan. Waits to see the third pitch here of this at-bat on the 2-0 count. The right-hander deals one, swing and a miss for strike 1 here. As Eller will toss that one back here to Negebauer on the mound. As Ryan Negebauer will give the nod here to Josh Eller from the mound. The 2-1 on its way, a swing, gets a piece of it. That one up into the netting up high for a foul ball, and this will put the count here 2-2. Left-handed batter steps back in following the foul ball. Negebauer will have a new one. Takes one last look over his shoulder to the base runner on first. The 2-2 pitch comes. This one just high and outside. As looking at that one closely was DeHaan, as he holds back on the swing, and the count is full here with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. As Negebauer, the 3-2. The pitch, the swing, pops up high sky. This one is hooking the left, and that will go out of play. So the count will still remain 3-2 here to the Sioux Falls West right fielder. After Boston Bryant, who started this inning with a leadoff walk, then it came to the Jackson Dunn fielder's choice. Turnaround there from Negebauer, the throw to first. Steen applies the tag. As Carl Hartman, the courtesy runner, he returns back safe on first. 3-2. Negebauer, The pitch, this one will go high and outside, and that will be for ball 4. So the second walk here in this inning allowed from Ryan Negebauer will put runners on first and second as Josh Schiller make his way here from home plate all the way up to Ryan Negebauer on the mound.
If you're Sioux Falls West, you don't get all 4 runs back in this inning, but 2 runs to cut that lead, that deficit in half is pretty important right now. You don't want to try and score all 4 runs in that 7th inning. But getting a couple here can go a long way down the stretch in this game in the 7th inning.
Bennett Duncan, the designated hitter, will step up to the plate for Sioux Falls West. He is 1 for 1, a walk and a single for him here this evening. First pitch from Negebauer, this one outside for ball 1. As you'll have a quick little chat with Chris Jackson, the home plate umpire, before he stepped back in the box. The 1-0. Negebauer is still trying to receive the call, but a little step and a time here. So both the pitcher and batter will take a reset moment. As the 1-0. To the plate, this one outside again here for ball 2. Runners on first and second with 1 out. As Duncan, who will step back in, Matt Jensen, who will be the man on deck here for Sioux Falls West, their second baseman. Kicks the leg, the 2-0. This one finds a piece of the strike zone, and the count is now 2-1 here to Bennett Duncan. Total of 5 base hits here in this game for Sioux Falls West. Only 6 for post 22. Pretty even there in the hit category for each team. Negebauer's pitch finds the zone for strike 2. And it's even up to 2 apiece. Settles in the right-handed batter's box. Negebauer doing his job here on the mound for post 22. Gives a nod over to Josh Elder. The pitch to the plate. This one just getting high and outside. Ball 3. And some reactions from the crowd. So a full count here. Runners on first and second. Duncan waits. Negebauer here on the mound. The 3-2. Swung on. Chopper hit towards Reeder at second. Turns, throws to second. He'll get 1 out. So that will be another fielder's choice here in this inning. And that's going to put runners here on the corners for Sioux Falls West, with Matt Jensen stepping up to the plate here for Sioux Falls.
So we've got 2 walks and 2 fielder's choices. And it's first and third with 2 away. And this is a big at-bat for Matt Jensen. If he can get a base hit, make this a 6-3 game, got to find a way to cash in one of those 2 walks that have been issued, although the 2 guys on base have been on the fielder's choice. Got to find a way to cash in with one of these runs in this inning.
Sioux Falls West wants to get back in this game. They got to get a run here in this inning on this at-bat as well. Negebauer the pitch, Jensen the swing, this one up the gap. But Reeder gets it. He will dish off the throw to Steen on first. What a play. And post 22 will get it out. Look at the replay here. That one just went right up the gap, but Jackson Reeder steals that one from his older brother in Wyatt and gets that one over off to Brixton Steen on first, and that will do it for the 6th inning. As runners left on first and third, post 22. Still holding on to lead 6-2 here after 6, as we'll take a short break on Hardhats TV, and we'll be back for the start of the 7th inning.
So Chris Logue is now on the mound here in this top of the 7th inning for Sioux Falls West, trying to keep this a 6-2 deficit. Noah McFarland, he throws 26 pitches, so he is available to pitch again tomorrow. Inning in 2/3 with a hit and a walk, and that's it for Noah McFarland. And the third pitcher in Chris Logue now on the mound here for Sioux Falls West. And for Logue, he has thrown 14 and 2/3 innings. This is his 6th relief appearance, 2-1 record, 13 hits, 14 runs, 11 of them earned, 14 walks and 15 strikeouts, a 5.25 ERA, a 1.4 whip, and a batting average against at .220. Josh Elder, the first man to the plate to greet him, and that first pitch will miss for ball 1. He is 0 for 1 with a fly out to right. He walked in the 4th, and then he had a bases loaded walk in the 5th inning, part of that 5-run 5th inning for Post 22, the difference in this game, leading 6-2. Winner of this game plays at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. The loser will play at 4 o'clock. Well, then Watertown and Yankton will fill in those games, those teams, to finish out the games. As it counts 3-0. It'll be Yankton and Post 22. And Sioux Falls West taking on Watertown as they are avoiding rematches. And so everything kind of will, if this holds out, the brackets will be true to form and nobody will have to move anywhere from a different spot, as that's a 4-pitch walk, and it brings up now Hadley Burris an RBI, 2 RBI single in the 5th inning. Because as you look at the bracket, we'll pull it up here as we get farther into the bottom of the in the 7th inning. Here we go, we got time called, so that'll give us a chance to pull the bracket. Because again, you look at the bottom corner, the bottom left corner, Rapid City, Post 22 and Watertown playing against each other. And so they are avoiding that rematch. So if Post 22 wins, they will go to that spot where in the 7 o'clock game, Yankton will go to that spot and Watertown moves over and Sioux Falls West will move up. That is if this score holds. If it's the other way, then everybody will move around except for Sioux Falls West. They'll go to that winner spot to play at 7 o'clock. But Watertown will come down, and then Yankton will go up along with Post 22. Hadley Burris to the plate. If that made 0 sense to you, just wait until the game's over, and then we'll have the bracket full out for you. That one's upstairs for ball 1. And just understand, the winner of this game plays at 7 o'clock. If you have nothing else from it, the winner of this game plays at 7 o'clock tomorrow night in our final game before championship Saturday. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Runner will not take off for a second. Burris showed bunt, pulls it back, and the count's now 2-0. You don't think that run's important. Coach Downs has had Burris show bunt twice. He's pulled it back both times. They're trying to move that runner into scoring position here early on. Showing bunt again. He tried to pull it back, but he ends up fouling it out of play. Went over the top of the backstop. And the count's now 2-1.
Yeah, that one was really close inside to him when he was trying to place that bunt. I don't know if that clipped him off the shoulder or maybe got a piece of the jersey. It kind of looked like here from here in the press box.
So 2-1 count. Burris, we'll see if he's bunting again. He does show bunt and pulls it back. That one's taken well high, the 3-1 counts. By the way, it'll be 8-9-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning for Sioux Falls West, Post 15. Beckett Whitlock, and Noah Graybo, and then Lawson Hensley. Showing bunt another time, but pulling it back for ball 4. Back-to-back walks from Chris Logan to open up this 7th inning. And it now brings up Brixton Steen. Yankton will get the task of facing Post 22 tomorrow. Again, will they have an opportunity to eliminate them, or are they going to have to try to fight for their lives to force a winner-take-all game, which then would be the second game of the day? And now Jackson Dunn will come back out again. And will they be playing at 4 or 7 o'clock? Right now, again, if the score holds, it'll be a 7 o'clock game. And Post 22 will be able to play, for sure, the last game of every day at that point. Whether they play 1 or 2 on Saturday would be how things go on Friday. Here's the first pitch now to Brixton Steen, he shows butt, and he'll pull it back, and that's taken for a ball. So far, this Post 22 team is showing bunts, and Chris Logue has not been able to really find the strike zone, and even in the bunt attempts that went foul, it was going to be a ball. Steen showing bunt again. Logue delivers, and that'll hit him. And the bases are now loaded with nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. And so it's Kane McLeod with a chance to break things open. Now we have time called. I have a mound visit, and again, that'll give us a chance to pull up the brackets. That is nearly filled out into Friday. Again, Watertown and Yankton has already won, but we are waiting the results of this game to put everybody in their spots. But we do know it's 4 and 7 tomorrow, and then we have an 11 o'clock game on Saturday with the if necessary game or the winner take all game to be 30 minutes after that first game is done. It was originally scheduled for 1 o'clock, so that's why there's a odd looking one on the, as you can see I did it on Canva, that I did so I could make sure that you see that it's 11 o'clock. And I couldn't make the one any smaller to fit with everything else. But it is the mound visit is done for Sioux Falls West. Kane McLeod, the first pitch. That one's fouled back for strike one. He's 0 for 3. Ground out to first, struck out looking, and then flew out to left. Bases loaded with nobody out. A 4-run lead for Sioux Falls West. Excuse me, for Post 22 over Sioux Falls West. That one's fouled away, and the count's 0-2. This will be a big spot for Chris Logue to get a strikeout. Looking maybe for a ground ball to the corner or back to him. They're back in the middle. They will trade and run for 2 outs. 0-2, swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout for Logue. And there's one down here in the top of the 7th, and it brings up Hudson Ogle. It was 0 for 1 with 2 walks so far. Ground out to the first base for the only time that he's been retired. Here's the first pitch from Logue. Upstairs for ball 1. In tomorrow's 4 o'clock. We start at 10 on both Tuesday and Wednesday. We start at 1 o'clock this afternoon. It's a 4 o'clock start tomorrow. Then 11 a.m. start on Saturday. 1-0 is upstairs, and the count's 2-0. Be on the air tomorrow starting at 3:50, and then it will be a 10:50 start on Saturday. Obviously, that 7 o'clock game, as long as we stay nearly on time or don't have a lightning delay, we will be 10 minutes on before game time. Counts 3-0. Here to Hudson Ogle. Nowhere to put him. Chris Logue's got to find the strike zone. Ogle can look for his 3rd walk of the ball game. And it will be the 3rd walk of the ball game. And it will score a run to make it now 7-2. The 3rd walk of the inning, along with the hit by pitch. Nobody's put the ball in play yet for Post 22, and they've got to run. But that will end the evening for Chris Logue, and they will have to go to another man. He threw 17 pitches for Chris Logue. Retired just 1 man with a strikeout and had 3 walks. No hits allowed. We'll tell you the change after this here on Hardhats TV. As we welcome you back, it is Lawson Hensley now on the mound as he will try to get the final 2 outs in this top of the 7th and try and keep this a 5-run deficit. Bennett Duncan comes into the game to play second as the former DH. And Montanel Jensen will move over to short for Sioux Falls West. And for Lawson Hensley, he has thrown so far 7 1/3 innings. This will be his only 5th appearance overall for the relief appearance. A 1-0 record, 9 hits allowed for Hensley, 4 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, a 2.86 ERA, a 1.64 whip, and a 320 batting average against.
Designated hitter number 10, Aiden Roberts.
So Aiden Roberts with the bases loaded and 1 away, top of the order right now for post 22. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Roberts trying to jump on that first pitch. It's a 5-run lead here for post 22. They trailed 2-1 going into the top of the 5th inning. They scored 5 runs. Have added a run so far here in this inning without getting a base hit. Here's the 0-1. That'll hit him. Hits him right in the elbow guard, and it's another run that will score. And so it's now a 8-2 lead. And they still have no hits in this inning, but the bases loaded and 2 runs have already scored. And it brings up Jackson Reeder. And while it's a 6-run game and it kind of feels like it's getting to the point where it's out of hand for Sioux Falls West and to be able to come back, Jackson Reeder and White Reeder can do the damage to make sure that it's well in hand for post 22. He is 1 for 4 as Jackson Reeder. He doubled in that 6th inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Jackson Reeder with a high fly ball towards right center field. Backing up is the center fielder to make the catch in Graybo. Both runners, 2 of the 3 runners will tag. It's an RBI sac fly to make it now a 9-2 lead for post 22. And still no hit in the inning for post 22. So runners at first and third. It's now 2 away, and it's Wyatt Reeder to the plate.
Second baseman, Wyatt Reeder.
He was intentionally walked the last time he came up. He's 2 for 3 in the game, 2 singles, and a ground out to second. First pitch is at the knees for strike 1. Leading away from third is Hudson Ogle. Aiden Roberts over at first. That one will miss outside. The count's 1-1. Reeder looking for his 3rd hit. There's a line shot. That is his 3rd hit. That's going to get out to the gap. Cut off in center. Bobbled out there in center. It's allowing Roberts to come in to score. 2-run double for Wyatt Reeder. And it's 11-2. And he adds on to his total, 3 for 4 in this game.
Every game for post 22 here in the state tournament, they have had double-digit runs. So if you're Yankton tomorrow here, most likely post 22 will most likely win the game, but we never know. But Yankton, they're going to have a big test, and they got to really watch. You can't give much here to these guys because they're going to get on base and they're going to get hits and runs.
Hey, you think about some of the miscues that post 15 has had that could be a difference in this game, and you know, do they get those 5 runs here in the 7th inning if they don't get the 5 runs in the 5th inning? And it's a 2-2 game instead of a 6-2 game at that time. But 5 runs have scored on only 1 hit here in the inning. There's a swing and a foul for Lars Kiefer, and the count's 0-2. So 11 runs on 7 hits now for post 22 and 1 error. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Sioux Falls West. They still have 8, 9, and 1 coming up in the bottom of the 7th inning. There's a line shot that will get down for a base hit. They will send Wyatt Reeder to try and score. He will make it a 10-run ball game. Again, this is the top of the 7th, so the game is not done. Even though it's a 10-run lead for the team for Post 22 here at their home ballpark, they're not the home team, so we do have to play into the bottom of the 7th inning. But an RBI for Lars Kiefer, that makes this a 6-run inning and a 12-2 lead. And it's back to Josh Elder, who led off the inning with a base hit.
Looks like Koskin's coming in a run for Kiefer here on first.
So Kiefer has another 2 RBIs to his total here in the state tournament. Yeah, Koskin is going to be running, who had been running for Josh Elder, courtesy running, but you can pinch run, and obviously Koskin will stay in the game now, or they'll make a defensive change.
And smart move by Coach Downs here in Post 22. You know, we know Kiefer was battling with a leg injury earlier, so, you know, right now you have a 10-run lead. Get him out so he doesn't have to run, so you don't risk that injury again.
First pitch is off the glove of Jackson Dunn. And it will be Koskin that will end up at second. On the pass ball, on the counts 1-0, and things have fallen apart here for Sioux Falls West in this game. They'll still have a chance to get to championship Saturday. One of these 2 teams can afford to lose today and still win. The other 2 games you had to win to stay alive. Yankton and Watertown did do that. And that count is 2-0. Yankton and Watertown fought off elimination on Wednesday. They fight off elimination on Thursday. And can they fight off elimination on Friday? And obviously, one of those teams would have to beat Post 22. And then, I mean, if that would be the case, Watertown and Yankton would meet again or they wouldn't meet again, but they would meet in the first game on Saturday if they're able to both win on Friday. But it will be a fun semifinal coming up tomorrow with a 4 and 7 o'clock game. 2-0 pitch is inside, and the count's 3-0. Brookings put up a great fight here in the state tournament. Post 320 went 1-2. They had a good state tournament. I know both those teams wanted more out of just going 1-2, as that's a walk to Elder. And it's now first and second, and we'll have a courtesy runner for Josh Elder.
Giddings.
Tate Giddings now will run. And this inning continues until Sioux Falls West gets that 3rd out. It's a 10-run lead for the team hosting the state tournament, but they're the road team in this game. And it been the other way around, and this would have been maybe the bottom of the 6th. It would have ended like we did yesterday with a 13-3 win for Post 22 over Brookings. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one is fouled away, and it's now 0-2 here to Hadley Burris, who is 1 for 3, 2 RBI single in the 5th. He walked here in the 7th inning. And the 0-2. That one is fouled over to the first base dugout. And so another 0-2 pitch coming up. Brixton Steen waiting on deck. That one's taken for strike 3, and that's the 3rd strikeout of Hadley Burris. When it puts an end to the inning, 6 runs will score for Sioux Falls, for Post 22 over Sioux Falls West, and it's a 12-2 lead going to the bottom of the 7th. Post 22, 3 outs away from going to 3-0 and being one of those teams that will play on Championship Saturday. Back after this here on Hardhats TV. It is the bottom of the 7th, and it is a 12-2 lead for Rapid City Post 22 over Sioux Falls West, as we are looking for 3 outs for Post 22. Sioux Falls West looking for 10 runs to try and keep this ball game alive and to keep this Thursday going for a little bit longer. As Beckett Whitlock will lead off, first pitch swinging, there's a base hit. Right up the middle for Beckett Whitlock, and he is on. He's 2 for 3 in the ball game. And that is hit number 6 of the day for Sioux Falls West. And Noah Graybo to the plate. By the way, for Chris Logue, officially an inning, third of an inning, 4 runs allowed on 3 walks and a strikeout. Ryan Negebauer is trying to finish out this ball game as this one will be popped foul. That will get out of play. And the count's 0-1.
Still waiting for one of those foul balls to come over here so we could be able to catch it, John.
I know. You need a nice little looping foul ball right over the netting, or maybe take a bounce into the press box. That one's over for a strike, and the count's 0-2 here to Graybo. Get on the air on Hardhats TV at 3:50 tomorrow for the 4 o'clock first pitch of our first game. That one is grounded foul by Graybo. And then the 7 o'clock game to finish out Friday and then move into championship Saturday. At most, it'll be 2 games Saturday. Could be just 1, and we could be guaranteed to play 2 or have to have the team with 1 loss win to get to that second game. Time was called, and
yeah, Negebauer wasn't happy because he was just right in his windup, right about to pitch it. And the time was called, and home plate umpire said it was his bat.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one's grounded foul. Might have been the most animated I've seen from a pitcher or player towards an umpire that we've seen all week here. Because, yeah, he was not happy, and I think Chris Jackson, too, probably understands why Negebauer wasn't so happy about it. That one is popped up, and that will get out of play as Brixton Steen watches it. We have McLeod in left, Ogle in center, and Koskin in right. That's the only change defensively. Obviously, McLeod was already in left. But Ogle and Koskin, center and right field. The 0-2 again, taken for strike 3, and Graybo will go down looking for the first out. And that is strikeout number 2 for Negebauer. And it brings up Lawson Hensley. He singled in the bottom of the first. He came in to score on the RBI sac fly for Boston Bryant, which gave Sioux Falls West a 1-0 lead. Post 22 tied in the second. Boston Bryant got another RBI in the third to give them a 2-1 advantage as the first pitch misses for ball 1. And that's all that Sioux Falls West has been able to do. A 5-run 5th inning and then a 6-run 7th has made this a 12-2 game. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one will find the zone. The count's now 1-1. I'll be excited to see this semifinal Friday tomorrow. 1-1 pitch. That'll come in and hits Lawson Hensley. Some of the fans are saying it was a foul ball. That clearly hit the skin of Lawson Hensley. And so now it's first and second here with 1 away. And so as they check on Lawson Hensley over at first, got him on the wrist and forearm area. Coach Downs will take out Negebauer, and we will have a new pitcher coming in. And so it will be first and second with 1 away. And we'll see our new pitcher coming up after this here on Hardhats TV. So it is going to be Brixton Steen on the mound here with nobody out. Make that one out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Brixton Steen, he will be making his 11th relief appearance. 2-1 record with the save. Oh, they have Brixton Steen with a blown save too.
Yep.
So both of these game changers are honest about their save opportunities. So 16 hits allowed, 6 runs, 2 of them earned, 9 walks, 15 strikeouts, a 0.76 ERA, and a 1.36 WHIP, and a 230 batting average against. And not trying to harp on the 2 guys that have blown saves, but like I say, you just never see that in Game Changer, that nobody from any team gives a guy a blown save. It doesn't happen very often anyway, but they don't give any blown saves. So
Yeah.
to see that actually be in the stat for someone is surprising to me, or almost kind of refreshing, because they're, like I said, honest about it, that he had a blown save. It is going to be Jack Hilly, his second trip to the plate. Runners at first and seconds with 1 away. By the way, Koskin moves to first. Giddings is out in right field now. That one's a ground ball. The first pitch, step on the bag at third. The throw to first. That's the ball game. Brixton Steen throws 1 pitch and gets a double play, 5-3, and it ends the game. And it will be Post 22 to go to 3-0, and they will end up playing tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We will come back and tell you the final totals and have the bracket updated before we wrap up Friday here on Hardhats TV. As we welcome you back, it is a final score, as it is Rapid City Post 22 getting a big 12-2 win, and the big reason that 5-run 5th inning and the 6-run 7th inning, after it was a 2-1 lead for Sioux Falls West after 3 and all the way into the top of the 5th, that 5-run inning helped Post 22 get that 12-2 lead and win. 12 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and 9 men left on base, 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, and 5 men left on base for Sioux Falls West. Time of the ball game was 2 hours and 31 minutes. So it was a longer game than we had thought. But our bracket is set for tomorrow, and everything moves in order. Watertown, after they won today at 1 o'clock, they will move to the 4 o'clock game and will take on Sioux Falls West for a spot in Saturday. Then Yankton will have to beat Rapid City Post 22 tomorrow at 7 o'clock to get into championship Saturday as well. If Yankton does win that game, Post 22 will move all the way over to the far right. Here, let's give you the full. I'll tell you exactly how it is here.
Let's see the John Madden in here.
Yeah, so if Yankton would win, they would go down here, and Post 22 would jump all the way over here and be in that spot, and the winner of these 2 games would move into that spot, and they'll play, and obviously, as you can see, the bracket will follow. But Post 22 for sure, if they win, let's delete all of that. If they win, they go right there. They'll face the winner, and then Watertown and Sioux Falls West will have to win. Try to write win there, and then they will play a second game 30 minutes after the first game concludes. So there's your John Madden type of.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I love it. I'm glad I was able to do it. Thankfully, I didn't have to write it all down, all the names over and stuff. But there's how your bracket is looking for you going into Friday. But it's a 4 o'clock start, Watertown, Sioux Falls West, and then Yankton and Rapid City Post 22. And Yankton will have to win to force a winner-take-all game then. Then Yankton would face the winner of Watertown and Sioux Falls West, with that winner facing Post 22 in the final game on Championship Saturday. But why this is, again, Post 22, we talked about this with several other teams. Rapid City Post 320, kind of one of those teams too. Obviously, it was a 2-1 game, so there's plenty of game left to go, and there's only one run needing. But Post 22, you give them an inch, they'll take it a mile, and that's what happened. One error in that 5th inning turned into a 5-run inning for Post 22, and then they take advantage of that 6-2 lead, and you kind of feel like you're defeated going into the 7th down by 4. They pile on and score 6 runs, and they, like I said, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
Yeah, anytime you play Post 22, you have to be very defensively sound. You really have to think. As a pitcher, there's a lot of good hitters that we mentioned entering in this game. They were batting at 500. So you can't give free cookies out onto the box to these hitters because they're just going to eat them right up. But a lot of walks given out. I believe it was 10 given out for Sioux Falls West here. That was kind of another thing that I think really hurt them, especially kind of in that 5th inning, along with the error as well. But mistakes do happen, but especially when you play really good teams like Post 22, you just have to be defensively sound.
So, and going to the pitching staff, Everett Solomon will take the loss. 4 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts. An inning and 2/3 for Noah McFarland, 1 hit and 1 walk. He threw 26 pitches, so he's eligible to come back tomorrow. Chris Logue is able to come back tomorrow as he throws a 1/3 of an inning, gives up 4 runs on 3 walks and a strikeout. Lawson Hensley ends up throwing as well, only 18 pitches, so he's available to come back. He gave up 2 runs on 2 hits with a walk and a strikeout. Declan Mickley gets a win, 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Ryan Negebauer comes out of the game at 43 pitches, so he's not eligible to pitch tomorrow, but he is eligible to pitch on Championship Saturday. So you have Braden Staperd and Ryan Negebauer right away, those 2 guys that have thrown quite a few innings to get to being able to be eligible on Saturday. He goes 2 1/3, 1 hit, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Brixton Steen, he's obviously available for tomorrow. He threw 1 pitch. He got a double play to get out of the ball game, so he could come back and pitch tomorrow for Post 22. But if he does, then he's ineligible to pitch on Saturday because he can't make 3 appearances in 3 consecutive days. But that is the totals for you. A 12-2 win for Post 22, and we're down to just 4 teams and 2 days left, Wyatt.
Wow, it's crazy.
We have started with 8. We had 8 games in 2 days. We've gone through 11 games, and now we can find ourselves potentially down to 2 teams after tomorrow night is done. For sure, we'll be down to 3 teams at the very most. We'll have 3 teams remaining going into Saturday. But a 12-2 win for Post 22 over Sioux Falls West. Tomorrow at 3:50 on the air on Hardhats TV for a 4 o'clock first pitch between Sioux Falls West and Watertown for a spot into Saturday's Championship Saturday. Back at 3:50 tomorrow. Have a good rest of your night. Post 22 beats Sioux Falls West 12-2 here on Hardhats TV.